July webinar. My name is Dana, and I'm an expert academic advisor here at Medlink Students. I'm so excited to welcome you tonight and see such a huge number of students joining us today during this busy period of the year. So each one of you attending this webinar today is here because you're thinking about how to take the next step towards achieving your dream of becoming a doctor or a dentist. And you're in the right place. By the end of this webinar, you'll feel confident and informed, like you know everything you need to know about studying medicine or dentistry abroad. We'll have with us today our experts who will tell you more about how applications in Europe work, in addition to very interesting guests from a few popular universities or schools that we work with, who will tell us more about their universities. I'm sure most of you here tonight are looking to start your studies in 2025. And you are trying to figure out which university is the best destination. It's exam season right now, and with the university deadlines just around the corner, it's always best if you know all your options. So stay tuned, because we will cover everything you need to know about going to Europe to study medicine or dentistry. Now, why choose going abroad in the first place, and how can Medlink students help you through this journey? But if you're interested in pursuing a nursing or pharmacy degree, this webinar is for you too. We'll end today with a live Q&A session where you can ask us anything big or small. So, who are you meeting tonight? As I said, I'm Dana, an expert academic advisor here at Medlink Students. Joining me are my colleagues Jasmine and Diane, who are both academic advisors like me, and my colleague Mohammed. He's an expert admission and will tell you more about how the applications work in Europe and how the process works. We also have a special few guests from top universities in Europe and Caribbean medical schools who are joining us today. And you'll meet Professor Ia from TMA in Georgia. You'll also meet Dr. Tamara from UHSA in the Caribbean and Professor Peter from Pavol, Jozef, Safarik University in Slovakia. In addition, we'll introduce you to a current student abroad. With us tonight is Drumi, who's studying medicine at TMA. She's joining us even though it's an exam season right now. We really appreciate it, Drumi. We'll start with more about who we are and what we do here at Medlink Students. But before we do so, for each of you who wants to download the presentation slides, please scan the QR code in front of you to get your own copy. And by the way, we've got a special offer for everyone attending tonight. I'll let you know more about it at the end, so make sure you stay till then. To kick off things properly, I'd like to introduce someone who knows exactly what this journey is like. Diane from Medlink Students team. He's going to share our story and how we're here to help you take the next step towards your dream career.
Hi,
Diane?
it's great to see so many of you here tonight. Now, I know most of you are just beginning your journey or still wondering what is the next move. Well, every journey begins with a single step, and for many students, that step starts right here. At Medlink Students, we know exactly what it is the journey to become a doctor or a dentist because many of us have lived it. Our team was founded by doctors and dentists who were once exactly where you are now, passionate about medicine, but entering a competitive system that can often feel very overwhelming and even unfair. We've been through the stress of exams and rejections and the tough decision of whether to take a gap year. So this experience is what exactly inspired the creation of Medlink Students to give others a clearer, more supported way towards becoming a healthcare professional because no one should have to go through it alone. We've done the research for you and we've partnered with some of the top medical universities across Europe and the Caribbean. Schools that teach in English are internationally recognized and give you a more accessible and affordable route to becoming a healthcare professional. Our goal is to make your journey smoother, really rewarding, and yes, even fun. We have a team of academic advisors like me and Dana, who are always ready to have a call with you and see where your qualifications give you your best chance and help you choose a university that fits your priorities as well. From there, our team of admission experts will help you with the paperwork, work with you on your application file to make sure that we create a very strong and competitive application file for you and secure your admission into the chosen university. And finally, a team of dedicated on-ground support will be there for you from the moment you land. We'll pick you up at the airport, help you find the right accommodation, and stay with you and make sure that that you feel safe and that you feel at home while you settle into your new daily life. We'll remain with you throughout your stay until the day of your graduation. So what makes Medlink students different is the people. We're not just an organization helping with applications. We're a team of doctors, advisors, and support staff, many of whom have studied abroad themselves, and we know every challenge, both personally and professionally, and we can help you with every step. We have already helped more than 15,000 students just like you, and more future doctors and dentists go to study medicine abroad. So this is no longer plan B, it's plan A. And the best part, you're not taking this journey alone. Dana, you know exactly how this feels like, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah. There are many reasons why going abroad is a plan A. But I'd love to hear what your reasons are first. You'll see a quick poll pop up your screen right now. Go ahead and select the options that best reflect your motivation for studying abroad, even if you're still just thinking about it. So after speaking to hundreds of my own students and hearing their stories when they go abroad, they share with me what they are enjoying there. One of the biggest advantages of going abroad is the affordable fees, in addition to the high standard of education. We'll talk about this in a bit. Also, amongst the pros is having an international environment where you get to meet students from all over the world. The flexible admission requirements, of course, are an important factor too, especially for those with different academic backgrounds. We have students who don't have straight A's, for example, and they ask us if they can get in. It's a matter of strategic choices in such a case, and whatever you have in high school, we're able to get you in. The courses would be fully taught in English and fully recognized globally. That allows you to return home and practice in your home country. Another advantage is the variety. Students usually ask, can I apply to more than one university? The answer is yes. Plus, the universities we work with have very modern facilities. They're very well established. So you get to enjoy your studies in a new, beautiful country on a modern campus and receive the best training. But let me tell you something that surprises a lot of people. Every year, more and more students from the UK and from places like Ireland, Nigeria, the US, even Australia are going abroad to study medicine. And they're not just giving it a try, they're actually doing it. They're graduating and they're coming back to become fully licensed doctors. In fact, if you look at the numbers from the GMC, more than half of the new doctors registering with the UK earned their degrees outside the country. I know that might sound wild at first, but this has become a very real, proven route. And here's why so many students are choosing it. The admission process is more flexible. Tuition fees are often much lower. The programs are taught completely in English, and the degrees lead to the same careers you'd expect from a UK degree or from a UK university. So no, this isn't a backup plan. It's not a risky option. It's a smart one, and it's working. And if you're serious about medicine or dentistry, it might just work for you too. To walk you through exactly what to expect from a medical degree abroad, I can't think of anyone better than Jasmine.
Yeah, thank you, Dana. Let me break down what a life as a medical student abroad actually looks like. So let's say you've decided to study medicine abroad. Most universities offer a 6-year program and it's split into two big parts. The first half, this is where you learn the science. You'll study things like anatomy, physiology, pathology, biochemistry, all the stuff that forms the foundation of medicine. Then in the second half, you move into a hospital and clinics. This is where you work with the real patients alongside real doctors and start learning how to treat people face to face. And at the end, you graduate with the title Doctor of Medicine, MD, which is a qualification that's recognized not just in Europe, but in UK and all around the world. And don't worry, every part of the program is taught in English. That stands with the all university we are working with. The structure is similar for dentistry, but with a few key differences. Most dental programs last 5 to 6 years, and they're also split into two main parts. In the preclinical phase, you're learning the science of dentistry, plus how to use the tools. You work with simulators and models, building up skills you use with patients. Then, in the clinical phase, you start treating real patients with the supervision from qualified professionals. By the time you graduate, you walk away with the either Doctor of Dental Medicine, DMD, or Doctor of Dentistry, DDS degree. Both are fully recognized in UK and across Europe. Just like medicine, everything is taught in English. You have early hands-on experience, smaller class sizes, and training that really sets you up for success. Now, if you already have a degree in science, you might be thinking, don't I really need to start from the beginning? Actually, you don't. That's what graduate entry is for. It's a shorter, faster track, usually around 4 years. And it's designed for students who've already studied something like biomedical science, biochemistry, nursing, physiotherapy. The pace is quicker and the content is intense, but it's a great option if you already built the academical foundation and you're ready to jump into medicine or dentistry. A lot of our students go this route because it saves time and gets them into the field faster without cutting corners on the quality or in the recognition. Now, not everyone takes the straight path throughout their degree, and sometimes changing direction is exactly the right move. So, what happens when studies have a change of heart, Dana?
Well, it's true that not everyone starts and finishes their degree in the same place. In many cases, transferring can be the best solution. A lot of times, students approach us and tell us that they would like to transfer to a university, to a different one, to continue their studies. And it could be any reason, like students not happy in the environment or in the university. They've chosen a university that didn't meet all their priorities or criteria. The location is not what they were expecting, and so on. It could be many reasons. Now, the majority of students here with us today are looking into first year entry in October 2025. However, we still get students who approach us to transfer. In case you're one of these students, then I want to reassure you that this is possible. It is possible to transfer. Transfers are recommended up to year 3, and subject recognition is very important when looking to change schools. So I would recommend you contact one of our expert advisors to check your qualifications and advise you which university would be the best for you. Now, another common question I get from students is, how much is it going to cost me to study abroad or to go abroad? So let me go over the living costs and the tuition fees in Europe. Going abroad is a big step and a big commitment. And the good news is, whatever your budget is, we are able to help you study at one of the top universities with very reasonable fees that suit your budget. When we talk about the fees with students, I often get asked, if a university has higher fees, then does it mean that it has better quality of education? The answer here is no. Tuition fees are related to the economical situation of the country that the university is located in. As you can see on the screen, we have a list of countries where you can see the tuition fees per year, where the fees range between 4,000 euros a year and can go up to 30,000 euros a year. And on the other side, you can see the living expenses per month. So whatever your budget is, don't worry, we are able to help you study at a top university without having any financial burden on you or your family. And you can achieve your dream and become a phenomenal doctor. Next up, we will discuss what the admission requirements are and how we can help you. I want to bring in one of our admission specialists, Mohammed, who knows this process best.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Medlink Students webinar. As Dana said, this is Mohammed from the admissions team at Medlink Students, and my role is to support you and guide you throughout your med school application journey. So let's start with what you will need in terms of paperwork. Most universities require a high school diploma or equivalent, especially with strong subjects in subjects like biology, chemistry, physics, or mathematics. If your academic path has been different, don't worry, there are universities that give equal opportunities for everyone. If English isn't your first language, an English proficiency certificate may be also required, and our team is here to handle that with ease. If you have already finished high school and now you're looking for a transfer entry option, an official university transcript may be also required. I know that choosing a university can feel like a big decision, and it is. That's why our expert advisors are here to help you navigate your options, whether you are looking for financial factors, campus location, or specific academic opportunities. We understand also that the application process can feel like a bit overwhelming, from collecting all the required documents, practicing for the online interviews, and preparing for the entrance exam. Our team is here to make everything as smooth as possible. At Medlink students, what sets us apart is that we have built strong connections with universities across Europe throughout the years. And we are also in a constant communication with the universities and the Ministry of Education, so we are up to date with all the requirements and the processes. In another word, we know the application process from A to Z, so we can give you personalized advice based on your case. The medical journey can feel a bit challenging, but incredibly rewarding. It's not just only about becoming a doctor, it's about shaping the future, making a difference, and fulfilling the promises you have always promised yourself from when you were young. We are here to be at every step of your way and to support you like the thousands of students we have supported before you. I can't wait to be the one who's sharing the acceptance letter with you guys.
Well, so at this point, you're probably wondering, okay, but where can I actually go? It's a fair question. Every year, we support thousands of applicants, and some universities really stand out. Not just because they're well known, but because they consistently deliver results. These are the schools that offer globally recognized degrees, courses offered entirely in English, and a supportive environment for international students to really thrive. They're popular for a reason. They've helped students from all over the world and all walks of life to start successful careers in medicine or dentistry. So let's take a look at where Medlink students have been heading this year. As you can see, Georgia, Latvia, Bulgaria, Hungary, Czech, Poland, and even the Caribbean are the most frequently selected destinations. Each of these countries is a great choice, with many great medicine schools, and tonight I'll show you some of them. Over the few slides, we're going to spotlight some of the most in-demand schools, with insights from their representatives and students who are studying there right now. So if a name catches your eye, pay close attention. It could be a place where you start your journey. Let's go to Georgia first. One of the most popular universities for our students is in Georgia, Petre Shadadze Tbilisi Medical Academy. It's located in Tbilisi. In short, it's TMA. At TMA, you can study medicine entirely in English and get a globally recognized degree to practice in the UK, Europe, or somewhere else. The tuition fees are about 6,200 euros a year, and the cost of living are also very affordable, around 600 euros per month. There's no entrance exam at TMA as long as you manage to write a persuasive personal statement to apply. We have with us today Professor Iya to tell us more about TMA and what they offer and what sets it apart. Hello, Professor.
Hello, Dana. Always nice to see you. How are you? Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with your students. So I'm thrilled and honored to represent Tbilisi Medical Academy. As already Dana mentioned, we are one of the top destinations, and we are top selected not among only Georgian students, but for international students too. We are having students from all over the world. Around 40 country students are studying, and we are very happy to meet Medlink students because they're exceptionally well selected. And thank you over again, Dana, and all your Medlink team. So Tbilisi Medical Academy is one of the ancient, oldest, we can say, medical school, private medical school in Georgia. We are teaching English medium faculty already for 35 years. We are offering MD degree, medical doctor's degree during the 6 years of education. We are working tightly with GMC and all our graduates and later passing exceptionally well the GMC exams, PLAB exams, or USMLE exams, etc. So why TMA? You have many options here, but let me emphasize a few of the points. So first of all, TMA is really genuinely student-oriented university when you'll be having chance to develop yourself and show all your capacities and integration and to get the possibility to become very modern and well-educated professional medical service person. We have adopted all modern methods of teaching, learning, assessment methods, Maybe you have heard about team-based working. We are having CBCRs, case-based learning. We are having growing-oriented GOTS, so-called GOTS exams. We are offering OSCE exams, portfolio exams, but this is all together makes the a very successful story of our graduates. Let me tell you that we would like to have very motivated students. That's why TMA is offering some kind of promotions for you. And in order to recruit the best students, we are giving scholarships. It's very unusual for Georgia medical schools to give scholarship, but we are giving. So it would be having for those who are doing exceptionally well and having the highest grades, they can get scholarship. There we have another motivation. We have around 40 partners worldwide where we're having bilateral exchanges, and the students are having chance to make 1 month clerkship or 1 semester exchange to different universities, and universities either financing completely the accommodation transfer, etc. fields, or giving even scholarships for internal exchanges. For this, it's enough to get 2.5 of GPA. It's out of 4. It's feasible. Many students are doing. We are having for dozens of students like this every year. So this is again another motivation to study well at TMA. I will not speak too much because I know you have some students from TMA. Maybe they will speak more about this, but I'm in your disposition. If you have any questions, I'll be always happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the insights, Professor Iya. It's a pleasure to always have you. Now, to hear the student's point of view, Drumi, who is currently studying at TMA, will share with us what it's like.
Hi,
Drumi,
thanks so much for having me tonight.
thank you for joining us. I know you're busy with exams at the moment, so thank you very
Okay.
much for joining us. So can you tell us more about yourself and your journey to TMA and what inspired you to become a doctor?
Yeah, of course. So I've done a degree before this. I've done biomedical science, and through that, I found out that I really do enjoy learning about the human body, and I really wanted to become a doctor. Now, graduate entry in the UK is very competitive, and you're not always confirmed a place. So I started looking abroad, and Europe was one of the places I wanted to explore. So I came across Medlinks, and through Medlinks, I then spoke to them, and then we talked about the whole process, and now I'm here. So they took care of all the admissions process and the interview with the university, and even settling me in when I came into Georgia. So it was all good.
Well, thank you. I know it's a busy season for students now, and you began your finals last Friday. How's it
Yes.
going for you now with your studies at TMA, Drumi?
Honestly, it's not too bad. So we have this thing called GOTS, which are growth-oriented tests, and they happen every 2 to 3 weeks, as well as our midterms and finals. So because I've been tested every 2 to 3 weeks about all the modules, I kind of feel like I'm on top of my stuff. So I'm less stressed. So I've had 2 exams, but I haven't been too worried about them. The stress is always going to be there, but I feel like I'm prepared for my exams. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I know you're still in your foundational part of your degree still, but surely you've had some early clinical exposure. Can you share with us more insight about this?
Of course. So I've had 2 hospital visits this semester. The first one was where we went to our cancer special hospital, and I got to see all the different kinds of treatments that are offered and all the different kind of machines. So I got to see the MRI and all different state-of-art machines. So that was really cool to see. Then the second visit that I had was with within a GP. So I got to see firsthand how the doctors interact with the patients. And I was there for about 2 hours, seeing how the doctor interacts with different patients, from children to elderly. All the cases were different. So that was really interesting to see how the doctor interacted with all of them.
Okay, seems you're enjoying your experience. Now,
Yeah.
heard your experience at the university, Drumi. Can you tell us more about your experience in the city? Like what extracurriculars do you have at school? What do you do around the city?
So at school we have societies, and I'm part of the psychiatry club. So we meet once a semester and we all like pick a topic that we're all interested in and we discuss. And there's lots of different societies that TMA offers. Outside of TMA, me and my friends, we like just exploring the city. So I feel even though I've been here for nearly a year, I feel like I haven't explored Tbilisi that much. So we like going to cafes and sitting and studying in cafes. And there's lots of like clubs and sports activities that we like to be part of. So there's lots of like student-oriented places in Tbilisi.
Okay, well, thank you very much for sharing your insight today. We really appreciate you joining during this busy period, and good luck with your exams.
Thanks so much.
So if you're looking for a solid path into medicine, Tbilisi Medical Academy is a great choice. The next student intake is October, and admissions will be closing next month. So this is the time to reach out to us if you'd like to become a doctor at TMA this fall. Another option, very popular option for our students, is the Caribbean, particularly in Antigua. The University of Health Sciences is here in Antigua, and it offers a unique experience because of the location, but also the high standard of education and internationally recognized degrees. UHSA offers 2 programs in English, medicine and pre-med. We have an exclusive scholarship for Medlink students, which will drastically reduce your tuition fees. So even if your budget is a little lower, you can still become a doctor at this university and practice abroad like many UHSA alumni in the UK, USA, Europe, Africa, and beyond. We have with us Dr. Tamara to tell us more about UHSA, what makes it stand out, and why you should study there.
Hi, Dana. Thank you for the opportunity again to come and be on the Medlink webinar. We really appreciate Medlink a lot because we have the majority of our student body is made up from the students that we have gotten through Medlink. So I am the Associate Dean of Pre-Medical Sciences. I'm sorry I missed your name, the lady in the very beginning that kind of introduced what you would consider in Europe to be graduate entry. So in the United States, the way that the MD programs are run is that you would go to university and you would get a bachelor's degree. After that, then you would apply to medical schools. You can get 90 credits and then apply to medical schools. But in the United States, you would never get in. So in the Caribbean, medical schools were opened up. Ours is the second oldest medical school in the Caribbean from 1984. And so we've been doing this a very long time. The schools in the Caribbean said, okay, if you have 90 credits, we can take them. You don't have to have the bachelor's degree. That's great. So we have a pre-medical program that is 90 credits. It's 3 terms. It's 1 full year. It's very intense. There's 1 week break in between those trimesters. But I see the success. The very first class is now in MD3, getting ready to finish up their MD3 term. And so I'm really excited to see them truly from the beginning to follow them through all the way. We have, sorry, so excited to talk about it. I forget where I'm at. So you can graduate with your A levels or a high school diploma and come right into the pre-medical program. We start in September and it is a 16-week program. Then once you finish the 3 terms of the pre-medical program, you automatically matriculate into the MD program. There's no other exam. There's no interview. We kind of get to know you during that 1 year of pre-med. So at that point, the pre-medical program is all online. And when you transfer to the MD program, you will go to Antigua. And Antigua holds a special place in my heart. I lived there with my family and my children for just over 2 years. It was a great place to go through the COVID pandemic. We still got to go to the beaches. We had sent all of the students home, but we still got to go to the beaches and didn't really have any neighbors. And it was a nice thing. But I miss it. Even my kids look around and they're like, why did we come to America? So that's all a different story. But once you get into the MD program, Then you have 5 terms on campus. There is a 6th term that if you go the UK program, you do not have to take the USMLE. If by term 3, by MD3, you choose to go the US route where you would like to practice in the United States, you can transfer into that with the knowledge that, yes, you guys are getting a really, really good discount through Medlink. And should you transfer into the US program, it's the full fees. But I'm really excited. I love having the students from Medlink. We have students from Africa, the UK, Canada, the United States. We're just, it's nice to branch out and get to know all the different people of the world. So if you have any questions, both the MD and the pre-med program begin in September. We have open admissions and we're ready to get your applications and see what we can do to help you out.
Well, thank you very much for this insight. I think the best thing that can happen is to be in Antigua during COVID. I wish I had this opportunity.
It was great. We moved to Florida and the beaches here are garbage in comparison.
Yeah, Antigua is known to have the best beaches.
It is.
Beyond its exciting location, UHSA offers a unique study atmosphere. Even if your academic journey has been a little different, you can catch up with the pre-med program. But if you're looking to start your studies in September with the next intake, 2025, let us know as soon as possible because there's little time left to apply. And thank you very much for joining us, Professor.
Thank you.
Okay, let's head back to Europe for another student's top choice. Next up, we'll head to Slovakia. In the second largest city there, Košice, some call it the metropolis of the East. Here's Pavol Jozef Safarik University. It's home for thousands of local and international students, and it's a big university with 5 faculties: medicine, science, law, public administration, and arts. But tonight, we'll explore just the medicine faculty where you can study medicine or dentistry in English. The tuition fees are between 13,000 and 15,000 euros per year, depending on the program and the year of study. Your living expenses will be somewhere around 900 euros per month, and you can opt for the university dormitories or rent a private apartment. The admissions for the next student intake is in September, and they are already open. There's a bit time left to apply for this year, so if you're interested, give us a call and we can help you get your application ready. There's an entrance exam, which we will also help you prepare for. To tell us more about the programs and the university itself, we have with us the Vice Dean of the Dentistry program in English and in Slovak at Pavol Jozef Safarik. So, Professor Peter.
Good evening, everyone. Nice to be here. I'm glad to be here and to have a possibility to present the possibilities of study at our university. Our faculty, the medical faculty, is the oldest faculty of our university. We've been teaching students for more than 75 years. From the very beginning, we have been teaching both medicine and dentistry, and the teaching process in the English language starts in 1993. Until the time we graduated several thousand of students. Now currently we have a slightly more than 1,000 of students in English program in both medicine and dentistry from more than 50 countries of the world. Duration of the study in medicine is 6 years divided in 3/3. The first 2 years of the study is devoted to strictly preclinical program, and the students learn how the healthy human body works. Next 2 years are devoted to the pathological processes and various diseases and the diagnostic. And the last third is strictly clinical, and the study is devoted to treatment of these diseases. The dentistry in our faculty in recent decades has been studied for 6 years, but from the next September we have a new change, a new thing, and the length of the study will be shortened to 5 years from the upcoming academic year. We wanted to reflect the situation in the other European Union countries, and we do that change. And the first students we're gonna welcome in a 5-year study program of dentistry in the next academic year, starts in September 25. The architecture of the study of the dentistry in our faculty is that in first 2 years are strictly preclinical, and students start the theory, and the next 3 years are intensive clinical practice. Our faculty is directly connected with a huge university hospital with more than 4,000 employees and more than 1,300 beds and 42 clinical departments. We are proud to have the largest simulator center in Slovakia. Students can practice various model situational simulators to improve their skills for working with the live patients. In theoretical subjects, students are divided into groups of 15. In clinical subjects, 5 or less. Of course, there's a possibility of mobility within Erasmus, where we have the agreements and good relationships with university from many countries. The degree that the students receive at our university is accepted in all countries of the European Union and also other countries of the world, and both specialties, medicine and dentistry. The application process is very friendly. The exam consists of 2 subjects, biology and chemistry. There are 100 questions from each subject, and each has got 4 answers. Admission process, as you mentioned, is still open, and the academic year at our faculty starts in half of the September. I hope you're interested in the possibilities of our own university and you will consider studying with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. And I would like to ask you something. I can see students are interested in knowing more about. How well does the program prepare students for licensing exams like USMLE, PLAB, or national boards in their countries?
We are now in process. As I mentioned, in the European, our title, our graduation title is accepted, and we are now in a process to have the agreements with the other countries to have UCMLA acceptation.
Okay, and what are the clinical training opportunities for medicine and dentistry students, respectively? Like, where can students interact with real patients?
I think we have, if I compare it with the other universities, we have a lot of contact with the patients. Of course, we have the simulator center, but especially in dentistry, we have a lot of clinical examination on a patients, and the number of the procedures that our students perform on the live patients, I think, is one of the largest in the region.
Okay, well, thank you, Professor, for joining us and the detailed information. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
So Pavol Jozef Safarik admissions will close in just a few days. So for those who want to make it on time, the next intake is in September. Let us know as soon as you can so you can get your free consultation and apply on time. I'm sure students in the audience are now very excited about coming to Slovakia. You'll be able to ask Professor Peter some more questions in the Q&A later. Now, before we move to the Q&A, we have one more university to show you. And for this, we'll go to Poland. Poznan Medical University is one of the most popular options for our students, especially for UK and Irish students. They have internationally recognized programs entirely in English for medicine, dentistry, and pre-med. The tuition fees are around 16,500 euros, and for living costs, you can expect to spend 600 euros a month. There is an entrance exam, and the next intake is in September, so not much time left to apply. So give us a call as soon as possible if you'd like to study there. Poznan University of Medical Sciences has a beautiful campus with modern study spaces. As the university was established 30 years ago, it is one of the first schools in Poland to offer English programs. Especially in the beginning, you'll be spending time in the high-tech laboratories equipped for subjects like biochemistry, microbiology, and pathology. These labs provide the foundation for your practical phase of the degree, where you choose medicine or dentistry. There's specialized simulation facilities for both medicine and dentistry students. As you can see, the equipment on campus allows you to train for all kinds of scenarios, even emergency medicine. Dentistry students have access to a state-of-the-art simulation center that replicates real procedures using lifelike dummies and digital imaging systems. You'll also be practicing with real patients once you've polished your technical skills there. And once you're treating patients, you'll use professional-grade dental equipment in student clinics. These clinics serve the public and they are fully supervised by experienced faculties, so you get real-world experience with real patients. From the third year, basically, both medical and dentistry students start clinical rotations in Poznan's teaching hospitals. You can also complete rotations in teaching hospitals worldwide, including the US and Canada. There are many students-run societies at Poznan University, covering everything from curriculum and research-focused ones to groups for common interests like photography or charity or volunteering. Of course, if you love sports, there's plenty of opportunities for that. There are student clubs for yoga, Pilates, basketball, cricket, anything you can think of. And the Musicians Club is for those who love being more artistic. Not to mention the rich cultural scene in Poznan. You'll have a chance to attend many concerts, theater plays, gallery exhibitions, and so on. Finally, one of the most memorable moments, the white coat ceremony. This event marks your official, the entire journey that you have, the experience that you would never forget about into medical or dental profession. You'll receive your coat in front of family, friends, your future colleagues, an aspiring start to your journey. The end of the admissions period is closing very soon. So if Poznan University sounds like the right medicine or dentistry school for you, let us know when booking your free consultation, because there are only few days left to prepare and submit your application. And if you are a UK or Irish resident aiming for first-year entry into medicine school, this is your moment. Medlink Students is offering 100% cashback on our service fee when you apply to Poznan University of Medical Sciences and complete your first year. That's full admission support, relocate help, and expert guidance, all essentially free. But it's only for the first 11 students, and it's first come, first serve. So scan the QR code now to learn more about how it works. If it sounds interesting, book your free consultation, find out if you qualify, and claim your spot before anyone else takes it. I know the first step is always the most difficult one to make, but it's not as hard as you think. When you decide to make the first step with Medlink students, your journey will begin with one-to-one call with our expert academic advisors. We'll listen to your story first, and we will guide you through it all. We'll talk about what subjects you've taken, what you're hoping to study, and what kind of experience you're looking for. Based on that, we'll narrow down the best universities for you, not just based on the entry criteria, but also lifestyle, budget, and long-term career goals. So if you're unsure of where to start or how to choose, our advisors are here to make it simple. Whether you're aiming for medicine, dentistry, or considering a transfer, we'll help you explore every possibility and find the one that's right for you. Once you've chosen your university, the next step can feel like a maze if you do it alone. Paperwork, translations, notarizations, deadlines. Think of Medlink students as your admissions team behind the scenes. We manage the documents, handle the translations or legal steps. Make sure nothing slips through the cracks. And there's an entrance exam or interview. We'll prepare you for it with the right materials, mock exams, and expert feedback. Our goal is to make the process smooth and stress-free, so you can focus on preparing for this next chapter. After getting your acceptance letter, it will be time for the big move. Going to a new country is exciting, but it can also feel like a lot. We know what it feels like, and that's why from the moment you arrive, we're there to meet you, literally. We'll help you get set up with accommodation, whether it's a student hostel or a private flat. We'll guide you through setting up a local bank account, getting a SIM card, sorting out your health insurance, and navigating your new city. Our on-ground teams are in every location where we have a partner university. They are current and former students who've gone through the same experience and know what you'll need like no one else would. So it's not just about getting you there, it's about making sure you don't feel lonely in a new country, but see us as your second family there. Once you've settled in and your course begins, university life will present new challenges, academic pressure, navigating new culture, staying on top of exams. So we stay connected for whatever help you might need. Maybe it's academic advice, or help preparing for assessments, or someone to guide you through a difficult moment. All you'll have to do is give us a call or send a text message, and we'll be right there for you. We have a team on ground, always ready to pick up and support you. We run ongoing support initiatives, including exclusive clinical skills sessions, exam preparation workshops, and networking opportunities with students and doctors across Europe. So no matter what comes your way, you're not alone in it. All of these ways in which we support you are part of the Student Success Program, or the SSP, which we're very proud of. This isn't just about helping you apply to a university, it's about supporting you all the way through your journey, from the first phone call to graduation to the moment you step into your first job as a doctor or dentist. Here's what SSP includes: one-to-one guidance to help you choose the right university, full support with your application, entrance exam preparation, and interview coaching, help with your arrival, accommodation, banking, SIM card, settling in addition to on-ground academic and emotional support during your studies, and post-graduation support, including help registering with the medical councils and planning your next steps. You'll also become part of our students' community, which gives you access to resources, events, and a very support system that makes a massive difference when you're studying abroad. So far, over 15,000 students have gone through the SSP with us. And with a 99% success rate, it's one of the most trusted pathways to a career in medicine or dentistry. If you're serious about making this happen, Medlink students give you the structure, the support, and the community to get there. So that's how we support you from day one to the day you graduate. Now, I know you've got questions, so it's time for the Q&A session. This is your chance to ask us anything in the chat, whether it's about admissions, entrance exams, student life abroad, or your career path. No question is too big or too small. If you'd prefer a private chat after the webinar, just scan the QR code on the screen in front of you. That will take you to the directly personalized consultation with one of our expert advisors who can discuss your goals and next steps. Let's open the floor for your questions. And the first question is for Professor Peter. Are you still with us, Professor Peter?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a lot of students here asking a lot of questions. It seems a lot are interested in applying for this year, but can you tell us a little bit more about the dental medicine program? What's the curriculum structure like? Where do students get clinical training? And basically, at what stage do they interact with real patients?
Okay, so dentistry, as I mentioned, will start to be transformed in from 6 years to 5 year study program. It requires a bit of the transformation. We dramatically reduce the the subjects of the general medicine, and students are more focused on the subjects of the dentistry and subspecializations, or the specialization of medicine which are directly associated with the dentistry. First 2 years are mostly the preclinical preparation of the patients and the patient preparation of the students, and they will do not work with the healthy patients. They have just the theory, and also they have they are examining each other, their colleagues, and they are working in a simulator center. From the third year of the study, they are starts to work at our clinical education basis. We have 3 clinical examination education bases here in Košice, and the students are divided in 3/3, and they continue the education at that clinical basis. And they are, of course, they are rotated, so it doesn't mean that the students will start in one clinic and they will gonna be there till the graduation, but they are rotating each year in different clinic. We have of course the dental treatment is very expensive, but the patients in our city has got a little bit of the discount if they are treated by students. So many of them reflect that, and they want to be treated by students because the treatment then is a bit cheaper than conventional treatment.
Okay, thank you for sharing this.
Mhm.
I'm also getting a question from students about what opportunities are there for students to get involved in research or medical innovation during their studies.
Yes, there is a possibility to do the pre-graduation pre-graduation research. We have something like a competition which when the winner is financially honored, and of course there is a possibility to have the PhD program in English language.
Okay. One last question for you, because you seem the best to answer it. Can you describe how international students are supposed to integrate socially and academically at the university?
I think the Košice is a multicultural city, so there is no problem to integrate the students from the various countries, and we have no problem, and we have very good interaction between the Slovak students which are studying in Slovak language, and with the students in the English study program, especially in dentistry, because the groups in dentistry are a bit smaller, so the contact is tighter.
All right, well, thank you so much for answering and staying with us to answer these questions, Professor Peter. I don't know if we'll see more questions that would be perfect for you to answer. But I can see a question that's also repeated by students. I think I will answer this. It's, what if my A-level results were not what I expected? Do I still have a chance? Well, of course, universities in Europe are many, and we work with over 100 universities in Europe, and each university has its own requirements. And Europe is known to have flexible admission requirements. So whatever your grades are, many times I get students who don't have biology and chemistry, both sciences, or many times I have students who don't have A's and B's. So whatever you have, we will get on a call and see what your qualifications are, and we will advise you accordingly which university would accept you based on what you have. So don't worry, whatever your grades are, let's get on a call, and I'm sure we will help you find a university, one of the top universities, to study what you love and become a phenomenal doctor. Next up, I think who's best to answer is Drumi. Are you still with us, Drumi?
Hi.
Hi. So, Drumi, can you answer this question for us. I have students asking, how do you balance your studies with exploring and experiencing life in Georgia?
Okay, so personally, I come when I'm taught something, I come home and then I revise when I come home. So we get provided our presentations as soon as we finish the lectures. So then I come home, revise, and then during the weekends get time to explore. Even during the weekdays, we have different curricular activities going on. So, like I mentioned, part of the psychiatry club, so we have that going on. I'm part of a few like sports clubs outside of universities. So I attend that with my friends. It's very easy to balance life alongside studies, and it sounds like medicine is a lot, but it isn't. Once you start it, it's very easy. And if you have good support system around you, so me and my friends, we study together, we also hang out together, it gets easier as you progress. So after a year of being in Georgia, I think it's very easy to maintain that studying lifestyle as well as going out and things.
Okay. And going abroad, Rumi, is a big step. What would you give as an advice for students who are a bit nervous about taking this step?
Honestly, I was as well. I think the best thing to do is just to call Medlinks. It's a free consultation. There's no harm in doing it. I was very skeptical about the whole process, but I think once I got onto the call, everything was answered. So the thing is just to pick up the call and call Medlinks, and they'll answer each and every question that you have. I had lots of questions. I had lots of doubts before coming to TMA. But I'm really happy with where I am right now. I'm really happy with my decision of coming here. So it's nerve-wracking, but just do it. Just call them.
Okay, great. And last question, I promise, before I let you go, so you can, I know you're busy with preparing for exams.
No problem.
Was it easy for you to make friends in a new country? And do you speak English at school?
Yeah, it was very easy to make friends actually. A lot of because I'm part of the English program, of course, a lot of people, most of the people speak English, and most of people, their first language is English. So we just started speaking in class. We had like in the first week of university, which was orientation week, we were just getting introduced to each other. So very quickly, I've made a really nice group of friends. And what was the second part of your question? Sorry.
It's about the language barrier. A lot of students are asking because, you know, Georgia's main language is not English. So do you speak English at school with your friends, professors?
Yeah. Yeah. So the whole program is in English. So you and professors, and Georgian is part of our module. So I learned the language with the Georgians as well. Very little, but I'm getting there. It's not too bad.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
I see the question about language barriers is repeated a lot by many students. So it seems that a lot of students get a concern of, if I go to a new country where I don't speak the language, how am I going to manage? I'm going to answer this question also from my side. We speak to a lot of students and we always hear that this is a concern. And when we speak to them when they go there, they actually tell us about their experience. So when you study abroad, the university will help you by teaching you the local language, whichever university you go to, not just Georgia. They will teach you a few hours a week, the local language, to help you to settle into the country and learn the basics of the language, to have a basic conversation. Also, you pick up the language from the streets. So when you reach the practical years, you'll know a fair level of the language that helps you contact patients, and you don't need to know the language to be able to have the practical years. The professors will be with you. They will help you with the translations. Basically, also, if we talk about the lifestyle in the streets, because a lot of international students now go abroad, you find all the young generations, they speak English or they understand a bit of English. With you knowing a bit of the language, their young generation knowing a bit of English, students never tend to have any language barriers or find any difficulties from language barrier. So don't worry about the language. You will learn it step by step when you go there. You don't need it to settle in. And the university, everyone speaks English. Now, let's take one more question. Is it too late to apply for this fall semester? Good question here. We can still apply for October 2025. As you know, we're in July now, so the clock is ticking, time is tight. But the good news is that if you haven't started an application, it's not too late. You haven't missed the deadline, but feel free to book the consultation using the QR scan. So we can, by scanning the QR code, sorry, to book a call. So we can go over your qualifications, over the options. So you can go through them with your family too, and then we can start your application before they close admissions. So the answer here is no, it's not too late. We can still apply for October 2025 entry. Now, unfortunately, we won't be able to answer all of your questions now, but you can always leave us a question using the QR code on the screen, as we mentioned, and we'll respond to you after. Before we finish, I want to highlight something that's quietly made a big difference for hundreds of students. We've brought back our exclusive webinar 2-for-1 offer, and it's only available for limited time. Here's how it works. When you begin your journey with Medlink students, you'll have the opportunity to apply to a second university at no extra cost. That means more options, more flexibility, and double the chance to secure a place without any extra paperwork or stress. We'll handle all the documents, guide you through entrance exams, and support both applications with the same expert care. This offer is limited for the first 30 students or until next Thursday, whichever comes first. To claim it, simply scan the QR code on your screen or visit medlinkstudents.com/2-for-1. If you've been waiting for the right moment, this might be just it. And that brings us to the end of tonight's webinar. If you have any questions or just want to talk it through, our team is just one message away from you or one phone call away from you. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Take care, and we will see you soon.